happy Spooktober. This is the greatest time of the year. And if you disagree with me, go ahead and unsubscribe. This game is called I Live Under Your House, something like that, and the main menu is already disturbing me, so let's do it. I opened my eyes and here I am, home again. It's such a wonderful feeling. Are we the thing that lives under the house? For years I've been digging these tunnels and I don't even really know how long they are or how many turns they have, and yet I find it easy to navigate here. All the information about this place is stored inside my head at the level of conditioned reflexes. As usual, no one. That's good. That's very good. I like being alone. Amen to that, brother. This is the main hall. How nice it is here. Every time I come here, I feel joy and pride because I dug all these holes. I don't even know which hole to go into first today. Let's head on down the main hall, huh? I rarely go outside, especially since he's waiting for me on the way. There is a spirit standing right at the exit, and every time I pass by, he starts talking to me. I don't like to intercourse with him. That's a strange way of saying talk to him, but okay, sure. Yeah. Every tunnel is different. For example, this one is narrower than the others. Sometimes I think I might get stuck in it. And then my heart starts beating harder. Yeah, that's nightmare fuel. My whole body gets tense. I can't help it. I have to move slowly if I want to get out of it. I love this feeling. Freak, dude. What a weirdo. Oh, what is this? I need to find something sharp to open it up and see who she used to be or what she has become. Okay. Ahead of me is my pebble space where I keep the different stones I find during my excavations. I like to look at them, to stroke them. Oh, how I like to stroke them. Sometimes I even dream about stroking a stone. And the feeling is so real. I can feel it at the tip of my fingers. I love stones. Okay, buddy. Look at those fine stones, dude. Sharp enough to cut through someone's belly. Oh, that's great. Okay. Mommy. She died when I was born, or so it seemed to me. I never knew my father, and maybe a creature like me has no father at all. For as long as I can remember, I have been all alone all my life. At first, I just watched her body, hoping maybe something else would crawl out of it, and I would have a new relative. However, this did not happen. I talked to her body from time to time out of loneliness. Though I mooed and made different sounds rather than spoke, I had to eat its various parts because I was hungry. So I am grateful to her. If not for her sacrifice, I would have died. Over time, I began to notice that her body was crusting over, and the places I had bitten were getting scarred. I realized that she was still alive, so I started eating her body more carefully, trying not to take too big a bite. How considerate. Layer after layer of her body grew a kind of crust, eventually forming a cocoon through which I could no longer penetrate. I don't know how much time had passed since then, but I waited and waited long enough for something to happen. But nothing happened. It's a pity she never saw what a beautiful creature I had become, how many tunnels I had dug. Well, now I'm sure I'm all alone in the world. Great. I'm tired of worrying about her. The remnants of the creature I came out of. I was worried that it would come out of the cocoon and want to eat me or avenge all my bites. But apparently it just decided to die quietly. Now my anxiety was gone. Well, silver lining, right? Now we go into the middle hole. This is my sleeping place. This is where I usually sleep. Although I can sleep anywhere, I still prefer to sleep here. They are laughing at me. Every night when I try to sleep, they come to me to make fun of me. They laugh. They have so much fun when I cry. I don't know if this gentleman is laughing. They watch during the day and wait for me to do something stupid, looking for opportunities to make fun of me so they can come and laugh at night. Sometimes they talk to me. They whisper things. They want me to go outside. You know, that might be a good idea. After a night of torture like this, I usually wake up tired and hungry, so I crawl outside in search of food. Ah, it won't stop. What the hell? I don't seem to have any other choice. I have to go outside and see what's going on. Oh, hello there. I knew you'd show up soon. It's because of those noises, isn't it? I don't like to intercourse with you, sir. I don't want to leave my home. Maybe it will subside on its own? Nonsense. Maybe they came to take your home. Maybe they came for you. Who knows what's making those awful noises? You must come out. Okay, so I'm out, and then what? You know what's next. The same thing you always do. The same thing you do when you're hungry. What makes your breathing quicken and your whole body tingle. It's time to go outside again. As soon as I crawled out into the open air, a disgusting sight came into view. There were metal creatures everywhere, and a horrible-looking structure stood before my eyes. I had no specific plan of action, but one thing was obvious to me. There is construction going on, and they are building right over my head, and something has to be done about it. There were too many people around, and I couldn't act out in the open. I had to wait for the right moment, and I started watching. You vile creatures will pay for disturbing my peace. Are they the vile creatures, or are we? Yeah, bees. What should I do with you? What? I have to be careful. If they find me, it's all gone. But I can't do nothing either. My strength is enough to deal with only one of them. But maybe if you kill one, the hunger is getting stronger and stronger. No strength to hold back. Something has to be done. Kill. Yum, 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 yummy bee. This is my skull room. Okay. After the first time I ate a human, I lay tired outside and didn't even have the energy to crawl back home. Exciting. The very first one I had was some guy sitting in the woods drinking beer and talking to himself. At first, I didn't want to do anything to him. I was just interested in watching him. When he noticed me, he started laughing out loud and pointing his finger. What do we look like? Are we not scary? He started hitting me with the stick. He deserved it. When it was over, I lay there for a long time, looking at his skull. Over time, I have accumulated so many skulls that sometimes I burrow inside this pile and gradually fall asleep. We are not a healthy individual. Worker skull, another skull in my skull collection. I have absolutely no memory of how it all happens. It's like I'm in a wild ecstasy and then it's over. My stomach full, my breathing is heavy, and I want to sleep. That sounds like every meal I have, TBH. Eventually the house was finished. Different people began to come and go from the house. The unbearable stomping was causing me to have anxiety attacks with every knock. What if they find me? What if it never ends and I have to move somewhere else? Where would I go? I don't have the energy to dig new tunnels. From time to time, I had to crawl out to see if everything was okay, if they were looking for me. For some reason, I had the distinct feeling that they had come to hunt me down. Then one day, people came in and dragged a huge number of boxes. A woman in a blue dress yelled at them and waved her hands, and then everyone left. But the woman stayed in the house. Time passed and no one else came to the house. It was just this woman. Well, she doesn't look like a threat, I thought. However, pretty quickly my life turned into a nightmare. Women will do that. Pretty much my entire living area was right under this house. Every action she took, every step, every sneeze echoed through the depths of my sanctuary. Her life became part of my life. Gradually, I got to know her schedule, what she does, how she does it. I knew all her habits, the rhythm of her gait. I began to feel that my sleep was disturbed. I just couldn't sleep with something constantly pounding, muttering and shuffling over my body. In the few hours when I did manage to sleep, those ghosts of the night would come back to haunt me and make fun of me. Oh yes, now they really had a lot to laugh about. Thus, my torture became a 24-hour routine. I have to do something about it, even at the risk of being caught, at the risk of losing my home. Who am I kidding? I don't have a home anymore. She took it from me. I must get out and stop this nightmare. Yeah, it really sounds like they were married and they got a divorce and she kicked the husband out, and this is just the husband being a psycho. Chapter 1, Love? A thrill of excitement overwhelms me. I no longer have the strength to hold back and watch from the sidelines. It's time to find out who lives above me. Time indeed. I need to look around carefully before I act. Why? It's just one. Oh, we can actually. Interesting. I thought this whole game was going to be point and click. This is the first time I've ever been inside a human house. There's so much space, it makes me sick. The only thing worse than this is the outdoors. Ah, I know what it is. It's called a book. Once upon a time, I was very hungry, and just at that moment, a little man sat down next to the entrance of my home. I remember he had little hands, little feet, and he was like a puppet. That little man also had a bag with him. I don't remember being aware of all the dangers of this world at the time, so I climbed out of my hiding place with interest and began to look at him. The little man didn't notice me right away, but when he did see me, his eyes widened and his mouth opened in that unimaginable way and made a horrible, disgusting sound. That sound was driving me crazy. I wanted to get closer to him, but he kept crawling farther and farther away from me. Eventually, the feeling came over me, and then all I remember was his head in my hands. His body was lying somewhere nearby. His bag he had brought with him was slightly torn, and then I saw books scattered around. I don't know why they caught my eye, but I took them with me. Many pages were badly damaged and stained with blood. Some pages were missing altogether, but that didn't stop me. I began to study them, and it was thanks to these books that I was able to learn the language of these creatures and get some idea of the human world. Is bro a genius? He just looked at books and learned how to read? That's insane. I found new books over time. For example, recently when I ate a couple of campers. I enjoy reading. I'll have to remember to pick this book up when I'm all done. I'm not familiar with human life, but I once saw construction workers staring into a similar dark box. They stared so intently and sometimes shouted something and raised their hands in the air. Strange creatures. These sick bastards are ripping out plants and putting them in containers. I find it difficult to understand the meaning of these perverse acts. Bro, you rip off people's heads for a living, and this is disturbing to you? There she is. That's it. There she is, lying in front of me. All that's left to do is take the first step. But I don't dare. Why? Something is wrong. My mood is not the same. I don't feel the same rush of energy and unbearable restraint as before. Maybe I should come back later. Apparently now is not the right time. Yeah, I should definitely keep an eye on her. Maybe it's a trap. Well, until next time, birdie. Why couldn't I kill her? And all the sounds she makes now don't seem so disgusting to me. Bro's just in love with her? I would even say that I became interested in hearing what she was doing. There's water running down the pipe somewhere, and she seems to be taking things out of boxes. Huh, I wonder what she keeps in them after all. I think when I was lying at her door, I felt something strange. A feeling I'd never had before toward another living creature. And so I look at the pile of skulls, and I want to take some of my best skull, my dearest one, and take it to her. Leave it under the door somewhere. What is happening to me? A pile of laundry. I could smell it as soon as I entered the room. That smell, it holds your breath. I've never smelled anything like it before. Maybe I should take something with me just as a reminder. Yes, I decided to take one of her dresses with me. Ooh, freaky. So she likes reading as much as I do. That's great. She reads so carefully that she even highlights individual pieces with circles. On one of the pages, I saw a picture of a headless body. It looks suspiciously familiar to me, but I can't remember where from. Gee, maybe you made it headless? Strange, the bed is empty, and apparently she's not in the house either. Where could she have gone at this hour? I have to leave what I brought for her and hurry back to the window in case she comes soon. Oh my god. That's more than a skull, bud, but whatever. Here you are back again, but something has changed in you. Nothing has changed in me. Everything is the same as before. Is it? I thought you liked being alone. It is, and I will always be alone. I don't need anyone by my side. Why did you hesitate when you had a chance to kill her? What are you hoping for? What do you think will happen when she sees you? The same thing that always happens. Shut up! Your mere appearance will cause her to vomit. You're different from her. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. Or do you think she'll move here? Maybe, but only if in pieces, right? Oh, good one, spirit boy. Shut up, you vile spirit. I'll prove you wrong. I'll go back to her house right now and wait in her bedroom. And we'll go back to my place together. You understand? Yeah, I'm sure that'll work out great. I told you you've changed. This is where either we die or we have to kill our love. Because I know this isn't going to work out how this dude thinks. Let's go wait in her bedroom like a freak. A note addressing Mark. Mark? Who is he? The note tells him to remember to pick up the box from the nightstand that contains candles needed for... I don't understand. There's a lot of words I don't know. Marie. Damn it, Mark. We did it. Take it to the basement. Oh, they were hunting me, dude. How did they sneak up on me? I looked through the whole room. Should we just dismember it right in the basement? Okay, these people are as crazy as me. Chapter 2. Betrayal? Question mark. A tent? This is the tent of those pesky campers. They obviously shouldn't have set up camp near my place. Oh, okay, I see. We're supposed to go from place to place, I guess. Because I see another light. What is this? The dress I took? Her dress? What is it doing here? How? Oh, is this the little kid's book bag? Perhaps? Or something else? Yeah, this backpack is remarkably similar to the one the little man had. I remember how in some fit of rage and hunger, I killed him and books fell out of the exact same backpack. I took them and that's how I learned to understand the language of human. What's going on here? I wish I knew, buddy. I think I see it. Oh, finally. Oh my god, we got completely lost for so long. What is that symbol on the ground? Is this like to trap a demon? What is it? Salt? I wasn't here before. My body feels weak and sleepy, so I think I should lie down for a while. But I need to go first. Did it really work? Why is that thing still moving? Freak, something is wrong. Mark, I told you we should have dismembered it. At least we had a chance in the basement while it was passed out. You know it wouldn't help anyway. It can only be killed through a ritual. That's what the book said. My whole body feels as if it's weightless. I can't move. I can barely look from side to side. What's going on here? That's her, the girl I risked myself for by getting out. Who's that with her? I don't remember him. What an ugly thing it is. Do you think it knows what's going on? Who cares what that thing understands, Mark? It killed our father. Why doesn't it die? Is what worries me. Oh, ugly? Why did she say such hurtful words? She didn't like what I brought her? And this is after all we've had? What a fool I was. I thought we were made for each other. It seemed to me that I knew her well, that maybe somewhere deep down in her soul she guessed about my presence and was waiting for me to come. Are you sure we haven't forgotten anything? Solomon's cell is holding it together, but I don't see foam from its mouth or blue flames or anything like that. Holy shit, Mark, you're asking me that? Well, yes, I'm asking you. You have the book. That's what I thought would happen someday. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe I should really die. Why should I live? When she treats me like that, I feel something new again, as if 1,000 needles were tearing me from my inside. Yeah, I know that feeling. Oh shit, Mark, I get it. We forgot. Don't tell me. We forgot the candles, Mark. Candles. I think my strength is coming back to me. Huh, I can move again. So that's how it is. So she wanted to get rid of me all this time. Well, now it's your turn to come to my house. Chapter 3, Revelation question mark. I moved into Marie's house. Ending 3, joyful ending. You could say she invited me herself, huh? Now she and I talk to each other a lot. I also began to better understand why people put flowers in pots. However, I don't use flowers. I like other things to furnish my surroundings. I also removed that awful black box. Now instead it's something that is pleasing to my eye. Yes, a decomposing torso. I think I can live here. Marie doesn't seem to mind either. I'm getting more and more used to open spaces. Marie and I will have to go down to my place one more time though. We are expecting children. How does that work exactly? I can't imagine how it happened myself, but the larvae are already pretty big. They will need to be taken into my lair after all. They are my children. They will be more comfortable there. By the way, the voices have stopped, and I don't hear that awful laughter anymore. I think I now know what the word happiness means. And yet sometimes I feel sad. Well, I just feel disturbed. Love you guys. Peace.